Hi, folks. Back with another one of my coronavirus chats here, just to keep you all informed about what's really happening on the ground here in China. So let's talk about China first, okay? The last infection report has the new infections down to 99 new infections, which is now we're into double digits. We're under 100. That's remarkable. China is doing its very best to get this under control and try to get everybody's life back to normal. We're starting to feel the pinch a little bit economically, and businesses are, especially those that are still not open, are still paying all their workers. And because whenever I make money, I get it in my hand from the people. I'm not able to receive any money that I may have coming to me right now. So living off the savings, but hopefully that'll get sorted out real soon. In looking at what's the cause, like how did this happen? There are many countries, not just China. Taiwan has said this. I'm not getting into the discussion of Taiwan being a separate country. I don't think it is, but that's my opinion. Japan, South Korea, many countries, including American allies, are saying, look, it began in China in multiple places at the same time. So this is something that looks like it was brought in. And it looks most likely that America is the one that brought it in. They had reported curious illnesses, and they had the military games, sort of Olympic Games style thing, here in Wuhan in September. And it looks about right as far as the timing goes. So there's some ideas that maybe this actually didn't begin in China, which leads you to, well, somebody accidentally brought it in, or it was planted here. If it began in multiple locations at the same time, it's not one person eating a stupid bat or something, which is just ridiculous, and that stuff is still circulating on the internet. But it looks like it may not be what we think. So I think China's been really effective in dealing with this, and U.S. media is still going, that it's the end of the world, be afraid. And they're saying some of the most ridiculous things. The CDC claims that the infected numbers are nearly 50,000 more than verified Chinese numbers. So it's probably not as bad as everyone thinks. There's no reason to panic. Just wash your hands, wear a mask, be safe. The Surgeon General in the U.S. is telling people if you're healthy, don't wear a mask. Well, the most common form of transmission is particles escaping from somebody who has this disease. So wouldn't it make sense to have a mask? It's because they're not prepared for this, and the health workers don't have enough masks. They're struggling to get tested. Only 1,895 people have been tested in America. Nurses working with infected patients are coming down with this disease and still waiting, unable to get tested, because I think they have to get an okay from 2 different government agencies. So it's just ridiculous how unprepared they all are for this, whereas China's jumped right in there and taken care of things. So my own city here, I went out to the wet market and bought some meat because I couldn't kind of find anything. I found some vegetables in the community where I didn't have to go out, but I went out, and when I came back up the road where I showed you on my walk with the 3 policemen, and there was nobody there. And one of the bank guards at the one bank just said, just go. And I'm looking to try to find the police, like, don't you want to take my temperature? Don't you want to see the little pink paper? What's going on? And they just, I guess they're assuming that they've got it under control here and it's not a problem, and they can kind of relax a little bit and use their resources elsewhere to protect the community. So it's interesting. We'll see. A lot of the shops are open again. Supermarket shelves are stocked up again. A few things still missing, but all in all, you can pretty much get whatever you need. You can get meat, frozen food, dry goods. It's all available again. So that's great. Now, in terms of the general world thing, Israel has announced in 3 months they'll have a vaccine, which is really scary. Number one, that means that they have the virus because you can't create a vaccine without first creating the virus. So they're obviously doing chemical warfare kind of junk over there, which is really scary. And the vaccine that's going to be created, it directly affects a person's RNA. Now, that just scares the life out of me, a lot more than the virus does. That the solution is going to be much, much worse than the problem when you start manipulating people's genes like that. That's insane. Another thing that doesn't seem to make any sense is when you're looking at a major virus, there are basically two groups that are generally affected more than others. Children whose immune systems have not developed yet, and older people whose immune systems are more compromised or they've had health problems. And for this virus, in children 0 to 9, there have been 0 fatalities. 0. Not a 1. That makes no sense. That's really strange. It's bizarre. I don't understand it, but there's something rotten in Denmark. Definitely. Something going on here. And a lot of scientific tests looking at the virus make it look more and more like this is a weaponized virus. Regardless of how, I guess, the real patient 0, whoever that may be, contracted it, we don't know. Was this something released? Was this something done on purpose, done accidentally? There's so many questions that just things that don't seem to add up about this particular virus, that it really has everybody wondering. And I really recommend you check out The Last American Vagabond. Ryan Christian has done some remarkable research into this, and you can get his show notes and you can do your own research. Don't blindly believe anybody, but he's presenting some really interesting food for thought, and I do recommend that you check out his channel and see what you all think. Use this. It's one of the greatest things that we have. So that's it for me, all my Chinese friends, my new subscribers. Hello and thank you. Welcome. My Chinese friends, stay safe. Wear that mask. Don't take it off yet. Wash your hands regularly. Just play it safe still. And we'll get this under control and life will return to normal. And I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.